Well, hi there again, everybody, and welcome back to Wrigley Field. We've got the second game now of this doubleheader between the Mets and the Cubs. Second doubleheader we've had with them in 3 days, and the players are all tired, as you would expect. Let's go take a quick look here at the standings. We'll take a look first at the National League. The Dodgers have a 5-game lead right now over the Mets and have lost their game today. I guess we're the only ones with the doubleheader. It's hard to say because the out-of-town scoreboard in OOTP is a little bit broken, so it's not going to show us much. We'll find out, I think, at the end of this game. But a win here, and I believe we could be as close as 4.5 to Los Angeles. Another quick look at the American League, and I was wrong last time, thanks to those who corrected me. Actually, the Twins in 62 finished in second place and had a good year. So there I go, sticking my foot in my mouth again. Yankees are on a little bit of a winning streak, 3 games, and so we'll see what happens to them, but they are a long way back, 11 games behind Minnesota. And so with that, we'll go straight here to this one, and it's Cal Kuntz on the mound for the Cubs. And I tell you, the way OOTP has him standing there, looks like he's pitching out of the stretch with nobody on. Kuntz is 4.96 ERA, 4-4 record. He's struck out 46, walked 27. And here comes Lenny Dykstra. We'll go around Wrigley Field. As you can see, no lights. That's the way it's supposed to be. And there's a strike outside corner, 1-0. That was off the outside corner. And a ball low, 1-1 now. Next pitch is low with the changeup, 2-1. So Dykstra with the good eye. Hasn't swung yet, and swings this time and fouls that to the left side. It's 2-2 now on Lenny. Next pitch is in, and that's going to be fouled away again to the left side. Remains 2-2. Next pitch comes in, and that's hit over to the left side once again, but foul. That one was a little bit deeper. 2-2 it remains. And that's high. It's a full count now on Dykstra. And that's hit over to first base. Altman fields that and goes to the bag himself, 1 away. Banks is not in there today. He's got the day off. That'll bring up Mookie Wilson. Wilson, first ball swinging, hits it over to second base, and Hubbs fields that and throws to first, 2 gone. And here comes Keith Hernandez. Hernandez hitting .353, 48 men driven in, 3 home runs, and he takes a fastball low and away for a ball, 1-0. And there's a swing and a miss. It's 1-1 now on Keith. Mets, of course, always do better, as this is lined up the middle for a base hit. We always tend to do better when either Lenny or Mookie or both get on base, but we'll take that. So Hernandez gets the first hit of the game. Here comes Darryl. Strawberry sitting 293 with 10 home runs. He has struck out 69 times, and he takes the strike down the middle. That's what he usually does. That's fouled away. It's 0-2, so he's set up. And that's a ball away. That's just away. Don't know how he could take that. 1-2. Low, 2-2. Fouled away. He just got a hold of that one. Was a little bit late on it. 2-2 remains. Fouled again to the left. 2-2 pitch is in, and it's fouled again to the left side. This is hit fair, left field, and that's going to fall in there in front of Williams for a base hit. Hernandez goes to second, and so Strawberry does get it done, and that'll bring up Ray Knight. Gary Carter, by the way, if you're wondering, is out today. He is fatigued, and so up comes Knight. Knight takes a strike of the knees. It's 0-1. Good pitch. Swings at the second one, hits that over to right field. That should be playable, I think. No. Home run for Ray Knight. Went 391 feet. That looked like a pop-up, and it just kept going. I wonder if we have the wind blowing out today. We'll take a quick look and see. Ray Knight with the home run to right field. 3-run shot, and that makes this 3-0 for the Mets. Yep, the wind is blowing out to center, 10 miles an hour, and that's what happened. The wind got hold of that one and made it 3-0. Here comes Wally Backman. There's a ball outside, 1-0. And that's a strike. 1-1, also outside corner. It looked like the first pitch. That's the 6th home run for Knight, 24th RBI. Swing and a miss. It's 1-2 now in Wally. And that's inside for a ball, so 2-2. That's low, just missing. Full count on Backman. I thought that got the corner. This is hit over to left field. It's up in the air, and going back is Williams, but he has room and makes the catch. I guess the wind is not blowing out so harshly in that direction. And so we go to the bottom of the first inning, 3-0 Mets. Up comes Lou Brock. Some of you, if you're not used to playing these games, as Brock takes a strike, might be wondering what Brock is doing on the Cubs, but of course that's where he started off. That's swung on and missed. It's 0-2. Dwight Gooden on the mound, by the way, 2.76 ERA. He's 5-5. We know all about him. Brock, of course, didn't go to the Cardinals until 64, and that's when he became Blue Brock. He was still a good player with the Cubs, though. 0-2 the count. That's a fastball low. It's 1-2. Swing and a miss, and down he goes. Are we going to get that Dr. K today? That's the question that we always have. Which one is going to show up? So one strikeout for Gooden so far. Here's Billy Williams. Takes a ball high and away. Swing, and I guess that was a swing. 1-1 the count now on Williams. And that is wrapped straight to short. Kevin Mitchell, who's playing in place of Santana, reaches up and makes the catch for the out. 2 away. Here's George Altman. George fouls one back. 0-1. Takes a strike on the outside corner. That looked a little too far outside to me. It's 0-2. Changeup is high. 1-2. Swing and a miss, and down goes Altman. So Dr. K gets 2 strikeouts. We go now to the top of the second inning. It's a 3-0 lead for the Mets. Up comes Kevin Mitchell. Mitchell's hitting 155, and he takes a changeup for a ball in the outside corner. That looked kind of close to me. 155 is what he's hitting, but he has that home run and 8 driven in. There's a rarity for you. 2-0 the count on Kevin. There's a fastball for a strike. 2-1. Outside, and he held up, so the count now 3-1. He'll take this one. There's a strike. It's a full count now on Mitchell. Swung a ball 4 and popped it up. Cubs will make the catch. 1 away. Up now is Ed Hearn, the backup catcher, hitting 095. He's not in there for his bat. Takes a ball outside. Carter, a little bit tired. We're giving him the day off. I think we gave him the first game of the doubleheader off as well. I can't remember. 1-1 the count now on the batter at Hearn, and he swings and misses. It's now 1-2. And that's high. 2-2. Just held up on that. Outside, so it's a full count on Ed. Hit up the middle, and that will be fielded cleanly by Rogers, who throws to first, but not in time. So Ed Hearn, of all people, is able to get the infield base hit as he beat that one out. Up comes Dwight Gooden. Gooden, of course, hitting 080, so it's time to bunt. The infield is in at the corners, it looks like, and there's a ball to Gooden, 1-0. There's a good bunt down the third base line. Dwight will never beat that one out. Ahern moves to second, and there's 2 away now for Lenny Dykstra with a runner in scoring position. 3-0 Mets, top of the second is all. Ball outside to Lenny, 1-0. Inside and misses, 2-0. That's high, 3-0 on Dykstra. There's the strike, 3-1. That is called a strike, outside corner. That pitch on the outside corner there on that left side has been called a strike all day. Full count. That's fouled away. Count remains full. And that's high for ball 4. So Lenny Dykstra figures out a way to get on base. That'll bring up Mookie Wilson. Mookie is hitting 295, has driven in 14, stolen 16 bases. Lenny, of course, is the one who loves to steal, but it's kind of hard with Ed Hearn in front of you. There's a ball low to Wilson, 1-0. It was a curveball that he hit straight out to right field. Landrum is there and makes the catch. And so that does it for the Mets in the top of the second. We go now to the bottom of the second inning, 3-0 New York. Here comes Don Landrum. There's a strike by Gooden. Good curveball, 0-1. There's a ball low, 1-1. Ball 2 is low, 2-1. That misses again, 3-1 the count. There's ball 4. The Gooden not particularly close with any of those. Had one of those called for a strike, and it was a curve that was a bit high. We go to double play depth now. Here's Andre Rogers. Rogers, you'll recall, had a grand slam in the first game of this series, and this time he pops this up. First baseman Hernandez is there and makes the catch. There's one away. Up is Ron Santos. So Rogers a little bit too over-anxious, and he popped that one up. Gooden got him in his in his wheelhouse. And Santo fouls this one over to the right, 0-1. There's a strike call that's 0-2. They're trying to maybe steal with Don Landrum. Not sure about that strategy, down by 3. There's a pop-up on the infield. It's going to be Backman making this catch for the out. And there's 2 away. Up now Ken Hubbs. There's a ball low to Hubbs, 1-0. Another ball low, 2-0. There's the strike, 2-1. Hit to right field. That's going to fall in front of Strawberry for a base hit. The first hit given up by Gooden today. That puts runners on first and second for Kuno Berrigan. Berrigan, not particularly good hitter. Takes a changeup for a strike. Then a fastball low, 1-1. There's a good strike, good fastball, 90 miles an hour, 1-2. A changeup that was fouled away, 1-2. Swing and a miss, and down he goes. I believe that's number 3 that Gooden has struck out. Now we go to the top of the 3rd inning. Mets with a 3-0 lead here in Chicago. Here is Keith Hernandez. Takes a ball inside, 1-0. Swing and a miss, it's 1-1. Swing and a miss, that was a bit high. 1-2 on Keith, a little over anxious. He takes ball 2 high and away. Swing and a miss, and down he goes, and he chased another bad one. Hernandez off to the races, trying to chase things, and there's 1 away. Here comes Darryl Strawberry. Strawberry's 1 for 1, so he's up to 297 now. And he takes a ball low, 1-0. Strawberry both had power and speed. Sort of player you see a lot of in the 80s. There's a fastball low for a strike. That's really low, I think, for a strike, 2-1. Darryl's problem is the strikeouts. There's the ball high. It's 3-1. And there's another one high, so Strawberry reaches. Remember that speed. Strawberry could steal. He has stolen 12 so far this season. Here comes Knight. And there's a curve for a strike. It's 0-1 on Ray. This is popped up over to the right side. That's going to be, I believe, out of play, and it is. 0-2. Barely fouled away. Still 0-2. Ray hit his 6th home run last time up. There's a ball away, 1-2. Knight responsible for all the scoring so far. 3 RBIs today. That's fouled away. Throw to first. Nothing doing. Another breaking ball that's fouled to the right. So Knight is making Glenn Hobby work now. When did he come into this game? I'm not sure, but the Cubs made a pitching change that I wasn't aware of, and there's strike 3. And Knight, I think, went reaching on that one, so 2 away. Up now is Wally Backman. They may have made that change here to begin the 2nd inning. There's a strike to Backman. If that's the case, then there are problems with OOTP's computer manager logic. Backman lines this one to shortstop. Rogers jumps up and makes a great catch on that to deny him. We go now to the bottom of the 3rd inning, and the Mets hold on to this 3-0 lead. Here's Glenn Hobby, the pitcher. So the relief pitcher will come in to bat for himself, and he takes a ball on the inside corner from Gooden and swings and misses the next one. Some strange roster management here, I believe. 1-1, and this is hit over to right but foul. 1-2. There's strike 3 called. So Gooden gets yet another one. That's 4 for him. 1 away. Here's Lou Brock. There's a ball high. 1-0 to Lou. Tries to bunt. That goes foul. 1-1. Swing and a miss. Oh, actually, he fouled that one away. Just tipped it. 1-2. Fouled away to the left. Swing and a miss, and down he goes. That is the 5th strikeout today for Dwight Gooden. 2 away. Here comes Billy Williams. There's a strike at the knees. 0-1. Swing and a miss. It's 0-2. Barely fouled away. Remains 0-2.
Strike 3.
Down he goes. Swing and a miss. And so Gooden strikes out 3. Strikes out the side. We go to the top of the 4th inning now. Still 3-0 Mets. Gooden's looking strong. Here comes Kevin Mitchell. Takes a strike. 0-1. There's a ball high. 1-1. Glenn Hobby's still out there. He's pitched 1 1/3. Yeah, they put him in at the end of the 1st inning after that home run. Strange decision by this computer manager. Swing and a miss is 1-2 on Mitchell. There's a ball outside. It's 2-2. That's inside. Full count now on Mitchell. Instead of ball 4, he hits this over to center field. Lou Brock has a beat on that one away. Kevin needs to work on his pitch selection and his batting eye. Here's Ed Hearn, who takes a strike. And the ball outside, 1-1. Outside, 2-1 the count. Hit over to right field, and that's going to be foul. So now 2-2 on Hearn. Hearn getting kind of a rare start today. There's a ball inside, full count. Could have started Carter, I guess, but I'd rather not start a man who's tired. That's fouled away again, so the count remains full. We have really made Glenn Hobby work. We got 34 pitches, he's out of gas. And there's ball 4 inside, so Hearn walks. Did he walk last time up? No, he got a hit the time up before. That's what happened. That'll bring up Dwight Gooden with 1 out. Runner on at first base. Gooden's going to bunt. And he bunts this one foul, 0-1. Bunted foul the other way, it's 0-2. We're going to have him try to bunt again.
Strike 3.
That's bunted foul for the strikeout. So that's going to be the first strikeout there for Hobby, and that will bring up a new pitcher. Bob Anderson comes in for the Cubs to pitch against Lenny Dykstra. So the Cubs are going to go through their entire roster here today. Dykstra takes the ball really high, and then fouls one away, 1-1. Dykstra's 0 for 1 today with a walk. There's a ball low, 2-1. That's wrapped up the middle, 4-base hit. So Dykstra gets his hit. And once again, Hearn is in front of Lenny, so there won't be much stealing going on. Up now is Mookie Wilson with 2 away. All he can do is swing away. Ball is inside, forkball, 1-0. That's on the outside corner for a strike, 1-1. Swung on and fouled back, 1-2 now on Mookie. That's high, 2-2 the count. Wilson has struck out 17 times this season. But this is hit over to center field. Brock's not going to get there in time. We're going to play it safe with Hearn. Don't think that he's very fast. I'm not sure about Brock's arm. The way that we have this set up, the computer won't tell us. It says everybody's average. Here comes Keith Hernandez. He takes a strike call. That was outside. 0-1 the count. There's a ball low, almost in the same place. 1-1. There's a strike in the knees. It's 1-2 on Keith. And he just gets contact with that. It's fouled away to the left side. 1-2. Ball 2 misses down and in.
Strike 3.
And that's called strike 3. Where was that one? Called strike 3 way off the outside corner. Well, not much you can do about that. We go now to the bottom of the 4th inning. It's still 3-0 Mets. Here comes George Altman. We don't want to complain too much because Gooden's been getting those calls. There's a ball low to George. Altman still leading the National League in batting at .358. 2-0. Fouled away. It's 2-1 now on George. Interesting, the Cubs are so bad, but they have a guy who's such a good hitter. 2-2 now is the count. There's ball 3 low and outside. Gooden tried to get him to chase, and ball 4 is inside. White has walked 2 now against his 6 strikeouts. We have to go to double play debt now, and we're against Don Landrum. Takes a changeup inside. A ball way outside, 2-0. And there's another one that misses. It's 3-0. There finally is the strike, 3-1. Hit to left, but foul. Full count on Landrum. That's blasted over to center field. Dykstra has to run over to a left center, sort of. That's a double for Landrum, and that means Altman's on at third base. That'll bring up Andre Rogers, and it's the danger zone for us. Nobody out. Runners on at second and third. We'll pitch to Rogers, leave the infield back. There's a foul away, 1-1. And a strike in the outside corner. It's 0-2. And there's strike 3 called inside, so Gooden now has 7 strikeouts. 1 away. Here is Ron Santo. A big curveball that broke high. Another curve outside, 2-0. And that's popped up, so Gooden did pop him up. Hearn goes back and grabs that for the out, 2 away. Up now is Ken Hubbs. And Ken fouls 1 away. Hubbs is 1 for 1 today. There's a ball low, 1-1. Hit over to right field, but foul. Now it's 1-2 on Hubbs. Foul the other way, remains 1-2. Fastball is just low, 2-2.
Strike 3.
There's a swing and a miss on that low fastball, so Gooden gets 2 strikeouts in the inning. He's up to 8, I believe, now. We'll go to the top of the 5th inning. Mets still up 3-0. We should be up by more, but we're having a hard time driving them in. Up comes Strawberry, and he takes a forkball low and away for a ball. And there is a strike on the outside corner. 1-1. That's off the outside. No, that's called the strike, that curve. That was off the corner. It was 1-2. It's that pitch over to the left-hand side, right over the left-hand batter's box is what it looks like to me, that the umpire keeps calling a strike. That was fouled away, 1-2. Oh, ground ball to first, but Altman fields it cleanly and goes to the bag himself, 1 away. He brings up Ray Knight, who homered in the 1st inning. Takes the ball low and inside, 1-0. That's high, 2-0 now. Swing and a miss, 2-1. And this is hit over to center field. It's going to fall in front of Brock for a base hit. Single for Ray Knight. Knight having a good game so far. That is his 2nd hit and 3 times up. That brings up Wally Backman. 1 away, runner on at first base. Backman, I think, will swing away. It takes the ball low. And a strike, 1-1. Hit over to center, but Brock is there, 2 away. Kevin Mitchell now the batter, hitting a lowly 150. And that's going to be a wild pitch. Wild pitch charge to Barney Schultz is the pitcher. I guess he came in to face Backman. Need this game to alert me somehow to what's happening. 1-0, now 1-1 as that's fouled away. Fouled away again, 1-2. Hit over to right field, but foul. 1-2 the count. Fouled away. Outside, 2-2. Mitchell with a good eye. He spoils another pitch. Remains 2-2. Rounded over and through the second baseman, Hubbs. Knight's going to come around to score. That was poorly played there by the right fielder. On the throw home, Mitchell is able to take second, and the Mets now have a 4-0 lead. That brings up Ed Hearn, and Landrum went the wrong way on that one at first. He had to run backwards to get it. Once we saw that, we knew we could send the runner home. They will put Hearn on intentionally, and they like to pitch to Gooden, which makes sense. Runners on at first and second and 2 outs here in the top of the 5th. Swing and a foul ball by Gooden, just barely 0-1. He's hitting 0-77. This is up the middle, but it's going to be an easy play there for Rogers. He runs to the bag, outruns Hearn, and that does it. Now we go to the bottom of the 5th inning. It's a 4-0 lead for the Mets. Up is Berrigan. 0 for 1 and struck out once, and there's a strike down the middle. 8 strikeouts for Gooden. That's popped up. It's going to be Hernandez, the first baseman, making the catch, and he does for the out. 1 away. Barney Schultz comes up, and that's what the computer's going to do. They'll just leave those pitchers in to hit. Ground ball to the right side. Hernandez fields it and shovels it over to Gooden at first in time for the out. 2 away. Here comes Lou Brock. There's a ball low to Brock, 1-0. That's fouled away, 1-1. High, 2-1 now on Lou. Up the middle, but it's a good play. No, bad play by Backman. I thought he had a play on him at first, but he dropped it. They're going to call that a base hit on Brock instead of an error on Backman. That really should have been an error. Up is Billy Williams, and he swings and misses at the changeup, 0-1. And takes a curve for a strike, 0-2. Fastball just low, 1-2. Not sure how that one missed. There's a pop-up over to center. It's going to be easy for Lenny. He grabs it for the 3rd out. That brings us now to the top of the 6th inning. Mets still clinging on to a 4-0 lead. Here comes Lenny Dykstra. That's going to be a ball low and away to Lenny. Fouled away to the right side. 1-1. 1-1 pitch on the way and swung on and missed. 1-2. That was way low and inside. 2-2. Schultz having some control problems. And Dykstra went around on that one and swung at ball 3, and that will be called strike 3. 1 away, and there's a new pitcher again. Tony Balsamo comes in to pitch for the Cubs. This is going to be an ugly box score. Here comes Mookie Wilson. He takes a curveball for a strike. Balsamo with a 3.00 ERA. 2-0 is his record. That pitch Mookie was a little bit out in front of, hit over to first base. Altman has that and goes to the bag. There's 2 away. Up is Keith Hernandez. There's a knee-high strike to Keith, 0-1. That's up and away, 1-1. Foul to the left side. It's 1-2. Low, 2-2 with that curveball. Inside, and this is full count now in Hernandez. And he'll take this one, and that's ball 4. A walk by Balsamo. He's now issued 19. And that brings up Darryl Strawberry, who takes the ball low, 1-0. And another one low, 2-0. Curve is in there, 2-1. And that's high. Nothing but curveballs, 3-1 the count. And that is way low. So Strawberry doesn't swing at anything, and he takes his base. 2 away. Up comes Ray Knight again. He had a home run last time he had 2 on. That was in the first. There's a ball inside, 1-0. Forkball misses outside, 2-0. And that misses way inside, 3-0 on Ray. That's going to miss again. And so Balsamo's having a lot of problems here. This is the reason why you don't want to use too many relief pitchers in the game, and he is already tired. Up comes Backman. I'm not sure what the Cubs are going to do. We've got a bunch of living innings left. 1-1 is the count on Wally. Swing and a miss. That curve looked tempting. 1-2. That's ratcheted over to center, but Brock's going to have that for the out. Lou Brock makes that catch. We go now to the bottom of the 6th inning, and the Mets are holding on to a 4-0 lead. Up is George Altman. There's a ball in the outside corner. Altman hitless today. Fouls this one away just barely, 1-1. Still trying to hold on to the first place lead of the batting race, and that's popped up. Easily playable for Mitchell, 1 away. Up is Landrum, and he takes a ball outside. With that, Altman's down to 357. Dykstra is still at 358, so how about that? There's a grounder foul. 1-1 now on Landrum. Foul to the left side. 1-2 is the count. That's hit straight to second. Backman plays it well this time and throws to first. There's 2 away. Andre Rogers comes up. He'll take a ball away. 1-0. That was in the zone. Outside, 2-0. That was also right on that corner, and that's inside. It's 3-0 on Rogers. He'll come away with that strike down the middle. Changeup, actually, 3-1. Surprised he didn't throw the fastball, and there is the fastball. Full count. Swing and a miss, and down he goes. That was the good fastball. 93 is what they're saying. So Gooden gets yet another strikeout. We go to the top of the 7th inning. It's a 4-0 lead for the Mets, and it's been all New York in this one. Up is Kevin Mitchell. He takes a strike on the outside corner. Interesting call. 0-1. Mitchell's 1 for 3. That's low. 1-1. Inside for a strike. 1-2. That's low. 2-2. Surprising they're giving that inside pitch as a strike. There's a ground ball to short. Rogers on to first. 1 away. Ed Hearn comes up. Hearn's been on a lot today. Takes a ball high and away. He is 1 for 1 and has walked twice. There's a curve for a strike. 1-1 on Ed. Pop deep over to right. Is the wind going to get a hold of it? It will. That's a home run. So Ed Hearn, with his first home run this season, hits that one 372 feet away over the ivy in right field. And the Cubs are now leading 5-0 over the Mets, or the Mets are leading 5-0 over the Cubs. Beg your pardon. Ed Hearn with a big home run. 5-0. The Mets have come here and have dominated, and up comes Dwight Gooden. We lost the first one. If we win this one, it'll be 4 in a row. 1-0 the count to the doctor, and there's a strike on the inside corner, 1-1. That's a little pop-up. Who's going to take charge in the infield? It's going to be the shortstop Rogers. 2 away, and here comes Lenny Dykstra. Dykstra's 1 for 3. Could use another base hit. Make sure he's ahead of the Altman for the batting race lead in the National League. But instead, he pops this one up to short, and it's going to be Rogers catching that for the out. So much for that, Lenny. We go to the bottom of the 7th inning. Still a 5-0 lead for the Mets. Here comes Ron Santo. Not much of a crowd here today as Santo takes a slider for a strike. And there's a ground ball to second. Backman fields that and throws to first. 1 away. Up comes Ken Hubbs, who's hitting 242. Not much of a crowd, and there's not going to be much of a crowd after this, given how the Cubs have been playing. 1-1 now on Hubbs. Swing and a miss. It's 1-2 on him. Inside, 2-2. Gooden trying to overthrow that one. That's just low. Full count now on Hubbs. and he lost him. So Cubs with the walk. Up comes Berrigan, who, as we all know, is not much of a hitter at all. Go to double play depth, and here Berrigan takes a strike inside corner. And a curve that misses just inside. That was a little too far inside. Curveball just low. Not sure how that one missed. 2-1. And that's low for ball 3. 3-1 the count. Swing and a miss. It's a full count on Berrigan. And they're going to call that one low for ball 4. The runner's on at first and second now. Here comes Freddie Burdett as the pinch hitter. Burdett does not have a base hit or an at-bat. I'm pretty sure that we saw him earlier. He may have bunted. 0-1 the count as he tried to bunt, and bunted foul that time. It's 0-2. There's a good bunt back to Gooden, and he throws to first base for the out, and there's 2 away. The runners move up. That'll bring up Lou Brock. Burdett is the pitcher now, I suppose. Swing and a miss by Brock. Again, interesting roster management. 0-2 on Lou. Has popped up over to right field. It's going to be easily playable for Strawberry. He has that for the out. With that, we go now to the top of the 8th inning. And the Mets are holding on to this 5-0 lead. It's not really been all that close. Here comes Mookie Wilson. Mookie takes the ball away, 1-0. And that's a ball low to Mookie, 2-0. Low again. 3-0 the count. He'll take this one. And there's a strike. 3-1 now on Mookie. There's ball 4, low and away. Mookie's on at first. Here comes Keith Hernandez. There goes Mookie, and he's got this one stolen easily. That's number 17 against 5 times caught. 0-1 on Keith. And he hits this over and through the right side for a base hit. And it gets away from the right fielder. That's Landrum out there. If I remember right, it is. Rolls right under his glove. So Hernandez will be credited with the base hit, and the Cubs will pick up an error on that misplay by Landrum. So the run scores, it's 6-0 now Mets. Here comes Darryl Strawberry. There's a ball low. Strawberry today 1 for 2 and has walked twice. There's a strike, 1-1. Don Elston, by the way, the new pitcher for the Cubs, came in, I think, to pitch to Hernandez. It didn't work. There's a strike of the knees, 1-2. Swing and a miss, and down goes Strawberry. So he strikes out. There's 1 away. Up now is Ray Knight. Knight takes a strike on the corner. It's a little ground ball over to third, and there will be no play for Santo. He comes up, starts to throw, and then stops. So Ray Knight with the infield single. That'll bring up Wally Backman. Runners on the corners, only 1 away, and there's a little dribbler back to the pitcher. And Backman's going to beat this one out. He's safe at first. A really poor play there by Elston, who hesitated. Backman safe at first. Hernandez had to hold at third. The bases now are juiced here for Kevin Mitchell. Only 1 out. Top of the 8th, 6-0 Mets. There's a ball inside, and another ball missing low and outside. 2-0. 3-0 as that missed. He'll be taking this all the way. There's a strike to Mitchell, 3-1. Another strike is a full count on Kevin. And he hits this over to center field. That, I think, is going to drop, and it will. Drops in front of Clark. Or, sorry, in front of Brock, my apologies. 1 scores, 2 score. Mitchell goes to second on the throw home. And that makes this an 8-0 lead for the Mets. Up comes Ed Hearn. Fouled away by Hearn, 0-1. There's a fastball for another strike, 0-2. Hit foul down the left field line. 0-2 remains. There's a ball low and inside. 1-2. 2-2 now, as that was inside. Way inside, full count. So Don Elston's really falling apart out there. Gets ahead of Ed Hearn and then gets way behind him. And that is low for ball 4. Still only 1 out. That'll bring up Dwight Gooden. And what do we do? Do we want to bunt? Probably not. We'll swing away with Dwight. He takes a strike, fastball. And a ball low, 1-1. Fouled away. It's 1-2 on Gooden. That's low, 2-2. Elston really struggling out there. This is powered over to right. Brock with a diving catch. Great job on that. Tagging up his backman at third, and he'll score. So Gooden picks up an RBI, his 2nd of the season. 2 away. Here comes Lenny Dykstra. 4 runs in for the Mets, top of the 9th, as Dykstra takes the ball low and in. There's another ball low, 2-0. Low and inside, 3-0. There's a strike, 3-1 the count. And that's called strike 2, though. That was low, full count. Fouled away by Dykstra. Hit to the right side, but just foul. Still a full count. Runners on first and second. That's hit over to the left field. That's going to be in there for a base hit. That'll be 2 at least. 1 comes around to score. 2 will come around to score. And Lenny Dykstra holds up at second base with an easy double. It's an 11-0 lead for the Mets. That means that Dykstra now hitting 359 ahead of Altman. Here comes Mookie Wilson with the runner on at second base, 11-0 Mets. There's a strike, 0-1 to Mookie. And that fastball misses, 1-1. Hit deep to right. That baby has a chance. That is gone. That is gone, just missing the foul pole. Mets have scored 8 runs in this inning. Lead this game now 13-0. And this has been a laughter in favor of the Mets. We're getting the offense up and rolling the way that it's needed to be rolling all day long. That means there will be a new pitcher, Alex Grams. I'm sorry, that was Alex Grams that came in to pitch to Wilson. So here's Hernandez. Again, we need more of a alert, and Hernandez wraps this one briskly up to center field for a base hit. 16th hit now for the Mets. Up comes Darryl Strawberry. There's a ball low and inside to Darryl. And another pitch low, 2-0. Fouled away. It's 2-1 on Darryl. Outside, and that's going to get away from the catcher. They're going to call that a wild pitch. Grams throws a wild pitch. There's a runner on second base now for Strawberry, and that's way inside for ball 4. Thought that was ball 3. No problem. Runners on at first and second now, still in the top of the 8th inning, one of the longest innings we've seen in this project, and there's a ball away to Ray Knight, 1-0. And there's another wild pitch. Grams has thrown 2 wild pitches in this inning. He hasn't even gotten anyone out. Runners now on second and third. They're probably going to walk Knight, I would guess. There's a ball away, so it's 3-0. And there's ball 4, just as I thought. That loads him up now for Wally Backman. Backman takes a fastball high. Wally today is 1 for 5. Hitting 271, and there's another wild pitch. 3 wild pitches in this inning. That scores yet another run. It's 14-0 Mets. And so you're going to pitch to Backman. They do. There's a strike to him, 2-1. And he gets a hold of this one, hits it over to second base. Hubbs fields that and throws over to first. And that does that. 9-run score for the Mets. We go to the bottom of the 8th inning. It is Mets 14, Cubs 0. And here comes Billy Williams against Dwight Gooden. Fouls one away, 0-1. Gooden looking strong. Fouled away to the right side, 0-2. Swing and a miss, down he goes. Dr. K with 10. The El Tape coming up. Takes the ball inside, 1-0. Hit to second, Backman fields that easily, throws to first, 2 away. Up now is Don Landrum. There's a strike to Landrum, 0-1. Hit over to left field, but foul, 0-2. Strike 3 called, outside corner. That does it for the bottom of the 8th. We go now to the top of the 9th inning. And the Mets have a 14-0 lead. This will bring up Kevin Mitchell. Gooden's going to go for a complete game, I believe. There's a ball inside to Kevin. And a ball high, 2-0. Graham is still in there. He's walked 2, hasn't struck anyone out. That's a strike, 2-1. He's only pitched a third of an inning. Can't get anyone out. That's a high strike, 2-2. Ball 3 is inside. It's a full count. Blasted to center. That's a base hit. So a base hit for Mitchell. That'll bring up Ed Hearn with a runner on at first. Hearn today is 2 for 2 and has walked 3 times. And he takes a ball inside, 1-0. Another ball inside, 2-0 the count. We're almost 7 o'clock at night. You gotta pray for darkness. 3-0 now the count. There's ball 4, so Hearn takes the walk. He has walked 4 times today now, and this brings up Dwight Gooden. He'll swing away. And there's a strike to Gooden, 0-1. Ball outside, 1-1. 2-1 as that was low and outside. That misses high, 3-1. There's strike 2 call, that's a fastball. Full count on Gooden, and there's ball 4 low. I have a funny feeling that the Cubs' problem is the bullpen. Here comes Lenny Dykstra. We'll take a quick look at the Cubs' bullpen situation, and there's your problem. Do you see anybody available? So we go back here to our game action. This will bring up Lenny with the bases loaded, and he takes a strike, 0-1. That's a ball inside, 1-1. This is why I was worried when they took the starter out in the first inning. 1-2 on Dykstra, and it's 2-2. That was low and away. Up high, full count on Lenny. Fouled away. The count remains full. And he takes that for ball 4. So the Mets now with a 15-0 lead. Dykstra walks. Up is Mookie Wilson. Bases loaded, top of the 9th, nobody out. 15-0 Mets. And he hits this over to the right side. Going to go home with it for 1 for the force play. And everybody else is safe. 1 away now, and here comes Hernandez. So Wilson now 2 for 6 today. Hitting 299 right below 300. That'll bring up Keith Hernandez. This has been a long game. There's a strike to Keith, 0-1. Ball inside, same place with that one, 1-1. Swing and a miss, it's 1-2. And that's hit over to short. That should be a double play, and it is. That goes around from Rogers, flips it over to Hubbs, and on to the first baseman, which I believe was Altman at the time, for the double play. And now we go to the bottom of the 9th inning. It's 15-0 Mets. Here comes Andre Rogers, and the Cubs better hope that this game ends soon. There's a ball way to Rogers. That's a strike in the inside corner, 1-1. Ground ball to short. Mitchell throws to first. There's 1 away. Gooden has pitched well today, 11 strikeouts. Here is Ron Santo. Looks more like the Gooden of old, and there's a strike to Ron, 0-1. Ball outside, 1-1. Swing and a miss, 1-2. This is hit over to center. Going to be playable for Lenny, and he's got it. 2 away. Up is Ken Hubbs, the last hope. There's a ball away, 1-0. Blasted to right, but foul, 1-1. That's hit straight to short. Mitchell throws to first. Won't be in time, I think. No, it is, and we barely get him. That's a questionable call at first base. That's the way this one ends. So the Mets win this game 15-0. The Mets were sparked by that home run by Ray Knight in the first, and then ended up adding 1 in the 5th, 1 in the 7th, and 9 in the 8th, followed by 1 in the 9th. Gooden gave up only 3 hits in that game. An excellent performance by Dwight Gooden. We need him to get hot. Mets win this 15-0. I'll talk with you again tomorrow. Bye-bye.